Have you ever wondered how abstaining from a natural biological urge could actually rewire your brain and enhance your focus, motivation, and emotional resilience? Semen retention, as a practice, has been discussed and explored from many perspectives: spiritual, biological, and psychological. In this context, focusing on its neurological and psychological effects offers a profound understanding of the potential shifts that can occur in the brain and mind when a person abstains from ejaculation over a prolonged period. Semen retention affects the brain's reward system, dopamine circuits, emotional regulation, and overall mental resilience. Understanding these processes can provide insights into how this practice influences the brain's wiring and individual psychology, which is often a core interest for those who engage in this practice. The brain's response to sexual activity, particularly ejaculation, is heavily governed by the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter often associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. As psychologist William Glasser once said, "The need to feel in control of our behavior is as fundamental as the need to eat and breathe." Dopamine levels increase significantly during orgasm, reinforcing the behavior by creating a feeling of satisfaction and a strong desire for repetition. When semen retention is practiced, the absence of this immediate dopamine spike results in a profound neurological shift. Without the regular, intense dopamine release that typically follows sexual release, the brain is forced to recalibrate its reward system. Over time, this can lead to increased sensitivity to other, more sustainable sources of reward, such as intellectual achievement, creative expression, or physical exertion. One of the psychological impacts of this shift in dopamine dynamics is the change in motivation and drive. As the brain rewires itself to seek out rewards through different, less transient channels, individuals practicing semen retention often report heightened motivation and clarity. This could be explained by the fact that the brain, in the absence of immediate gratification from orgasm, begins to search for new, healthier ways to stimulate the reward system. "Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going," said Jim Ryan, which underscores how sustaining motivation over the long term, without relying on short-term pleasures, can lead to more lasting success. This can manifest in greater focus and determination in areas like work, study, and personal goals. Instead of seeking gratification through instant pleasure such as sexual release, there is a tendency to pursue long-term satisfaction derived from achievement and personal growth. The rewiring of the brain's reward system also touches on the concept of delayed gratification, a psychological trait that many individuals struggle with in the modern world. Semen retention serves as an exercise in cultivating this skill, as it teaches the practitioner to forego short-term pleasures in favor of long-term benefits. This mental discipline mirrors the challenges faced in many areas of life, from diet and fitness to career advancement and relationship building. Those who practice semen retention often find that they develop a stronger sense of self-control and patience, both of which are linked to increased self-esteem and emotional stability. As the renowned psychologist Albert Bandura once stated, "Self-regulation is the key to personal growth." The ability to regulate one's own behavior, even in the face of strong urges, is a cornerstone of psychological well-being and success. Another significant neurological and psychological effect is the potential impact on stress and anxiety. Regular ejaculation is often associated with a temporary feeling of relief and relaxation. However, the process of ejaculation also leads to the depletion of certain neurochemicals like serotonin, which are linked to mood regulation. In contrast, the practice of semen retention may reduce this cyclical dependence on quick fixes for emotional well-being. By abstaining from ejaculation, individuals may experience a stabilizing effect on their emotional states. The fluctuations in mood and energy levels that can follow sexual release might be less pronounced, leading to a more even keel in day-to-day emotional regulation. "Emotions are the key to understanding our thoughts," said philosopher and psychologist William James. Retaining semen can contribute to a more balanced emotional state, which might also lead to greater emotional intelligence in recognizing and understanding one's emotional patterns. Moreover, retaining semen can lead to an overall increase in energy levels. This is partly due to the reduction in the frequency of ejaculation, which, according to some psychological theories, may conserve vital psychological and physiological energy. When a person refrains from sexual release, they may redirect that energy toward other pursuits, including personal development and creativity. Many who engage in semen retention report feeling more energized, both mentally and physically. This extra energy often translates into greater productivity and a deeper connection to their goals, as there is less mental fog and emotional distraction caused by the usual cycles of arousal and release. As the famous psychologist Carl Jung once said, "Energy flows where attention goes." In the case of semen retention, energy is redirected toward more constructive and fulfilling goals, rather than being spent on fleeting sexual gratification. From a psychological standpoint, the practice of semen retention may also foster an enhanced sense of self-control and discipline. The ability to resist urges and delay gratification reinforces personal willpower and strengthens the mental faculties associated with controlling impulses. This is particularly significant in a world where immediate gratification is the norm, whether through social media, entertainment, or quick fixes like overeating or excessive drinking. As the philosopher Aristotle once noted, the good for man is an activity of the soul in accordance with virtue. Practicing semen retention may be viewed as an exercise in virtue, where the individual trains their mind to cultivate restraint and discipline, ultimately leading to greater self-mastery. At the same time, this practice may lead to an increase in sexual energy, which, in turn, has psychological ramifications for those involved in romantic or intimate relationships. Some individuals report that by practicing semen retention, their desire for a deeper connection with their partner grows stronger. This can lead to an increased sense of intimacy and emotional bonding, as the emphasis shifts from physical release to emotional and spiritual connection. While this is not universally experienced, for some, the absence of frequent ejaculation may shift the focus of sexual interactions from mere physical gratification to a more nuanced, mindful experience of love and connection. Love is not merely a feeling of passion, it is the energy that connects souls, said psychologist and author Marianne Williamson. This idea can resonate with those who see semen retention as a tool to foster a deeper bond with their partner, focusing more on emotional and spiritual fulfillment than physical release. Another key psychological benefit associated with semen retention is the sense of inner peace and mental clarity that can emerge. With reduced sexual energy, the mind may find a calmer, more centered state. The constant cycle of sexual thoughts and urges that may plague some individuals is disrupted, leading to a reduction in obsessive thinking or preoccupation with sex. In the absence of this distraction, individuals may experience clearer thinking, increased creativity, and a heightened sense of purpose. This can be particularly beneficial for people who seek a higher level of mental and emotional awareness in their personal and professional lives. As Eckhart Tolle, the spiritual teacher, said, "Stillness is the key to enlightenment." Through semen retention, one may achieve the stillness necessary to access deeper levels of clarity and purpose. However, this process is not without its challenges. The brain's response to prolonged abstinence from sexual release can lead to frustration or psychological discomfort. There is a growing body of evidence suggesting that while the rewiring of the brain's reward system can be positive, it can also be a source of struggle, especially in the early stages of semen retention. Some individuals may experience increased irritability, frustration, or heightened sexual tension as they adjust to the lack of sexual release. This period of discomfort is part of the brain's adaptation process, as it must recalibrate its understanding of what constitutes reward and satisfaction. All great changes are preceded by chaos, said psychologist Deepak Chopra. This chaos is the mental turbulence that often accompanies the initial stages of change, and it is through navigating this challenge that lasting transformation can occur. Furthermore, the practice of semen retention can also reveal underlying psychological patterns related to sexual behavior. For instance, some individuals may realize that their urge to ejaculate is tied not only to biological needs, but also to psychological factors like anxiety, insecurity, or a desire for control. By observing these patterns, practitioners of semen retention may uncover deeper emotional and psychological issues that they were previously unaware of. The practice, then, can serve as a tool for self-exploration and personal growth, providing insights into how sexuality is interwoven with mental health and emotional well-being. As Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Through semen retention, individuals can become more aware of the unconscious drivers of their sexual behavior, paving the way for deeper psychological healing. Do you think the psychological benefits of semen retention are truly transformative, or is it just another trend? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.